Guys, welcome to Seoul, South Korea. We just finished an absolutely amazing ride, and today we're going to jump into our trip.
Yeah.
We're sitting right here at Cafe Funky, which is a Korean moto cafe.
Moto hangout.
And so we'll show you inside, we'll show you some footage. But yeah, it's been absolutely awesome, and we hope you stay for this episode.
Yeah. We've got some really awesome footage of just riding through the mountains to get up here today, and it's cold, but it was absolutely beautiful. We've got, I don't even know, we're at like duskish now, so the sky, the sun setting has been absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, you'll have to stay tuned because we've got some really cool stuff coming out in these episodes for Korea. So yeah.
Guys, we're not just going to show you riding either. We're going to show you kind of the whole experience. So checking out Seoul.
Yeah.
The food we're eating, the activities we're doing.
Night
so it's
markets, all kinds of fun stuff.
Stay tuned, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yay! How does it make you feel? Heavy. Boing, boing, boing.
To the United Airlines baggage carousel.
So we started our 18-hour flight to Korea. A little scrunch on the airplane, and we got food smaller than my hand.
Bubba's failing to mention that the first part of our leg there was a stop in San Fran. And those seats were a little cramped, but we did have extra leg room on the second leg to Korea.
But nothing like recovering after an 18-hour flight.
I don't know.
What's on you? Guys, landed in Korea. Airport's a little bit nicer. But we were definitely ready to get to where we're going. We actually had an awesome time visiting family in Korea, which is one of the reasons that brought us out there. Fun fact for everybody, I actually lived in Korea for 2 years and do speak a little bit of the language.
He speaks more than he lets on.
It proved to not be as good as I thought it was when we were there.
Only missing some minor details, but let's be honest.
But we did get this super dope taxi.
Which was fabulous, honestly. That was like the roomiest thing. We don't have anything like that here in the States. What was that called? The Starry or something?
I think it was made from Hyundai, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it was. But it was awesome.
Specific out there.
Guys, we started our first morning there.
La Pain Bakery.
Yeah. So, guys, Korea is actually kind of known for its bakeries, which we'll show a couple in this.
The cafe culture is pretty dope.
Little stuff. But the cafe culture, yes, just like Lacey says, super fun. This place, we got specifically a couple items that we're going to show you here in 1 second.
Eggs Benny. That was a recommendation of our family.
And then this French toast, which was money.
Yeah. Self-proclaimed, I think, in the words of the good old Kit Kat over there. But yeah, probably the best French toast I think we've ever had. Bubba and I have this fun thing where we like to order two and split. So that works well.
Yeah, so here's just a look in like a normal convenience store. There's 7-Elevens everywhere without gas, but there's just drinks and cool stuff. So we were trying stuff throughout the day.
Bubba's first stop. This was the fried chicken spot.
It was. One of my favorite things in the world is Korean fried chicken.
By the way, Lacey couldn't read a single thing on that menu.
And just for the record, Koreans do make the best fried chicken.
It was very good. I'll give you that. Spicy, but good. Oh, these were so cute.
All right. Then, as we continued eating, we went to the Sheffield Breakfast Club, which was like this cute little place up in the mountains.
Oh, this was the next day, yeah.
Yep.
This was our English breakfast, if you remember, Bubba.
Yeah, so it was an English breakfast. But just like a fun
toast and pork and
just like a fun little spot. Lacey looking all cute.
Dumb, you threw this in here. You would.
You do look cute though. But yeah, guys, it's just like again that cafe life. Really proud of their coffee, which I think most of us don't associate with Korea.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was my initial thought, no. But I will say, I think sister and I over here definitely thought that we had the best smoothie I think I've ever had. It was so fresh and creamy and delicious. So good.
That's me. I got a sandwich, and then I ate half them pancakes with ice cream on top.
He did. We had to share. Again, we do that well. 2 dishes.
Guys, so
I think we ate everything on the plate.
Yeah, we did. We crushed this meal. again, all the food was great. We literally ate our way through Korea. A lot of the beginning of this video, guys, again, we're kind of doing this one differently. We're talking over the videos. And just kind of talking through our trip with you guys, but it's going to be about halfway through. I'll put the timestamp at the bottom of the screen right here, so that if you want to just go straight to the riding and see Cafe Funky, the place we started at, you can jump there. But if not, we're kind of talking through the trip itself and our Korea adventure that we went on.
It was great. Also, as I'm watching this through with Bubs, I'm mesmerized by a sweet little baby. She's the best.
Guys, this is Duke Taylor. It's kind of one of the good Taylors in the area.
Soo Young.
And
she's a baller, man. She is the best in the city. I'm not even going to let Bubba talk this point right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'll let you. But she's amazing. She is actually the go-to person in the city. And yeah, like I couldn't believe the number of awards. I don't know if we have a clip of that or not yet because we're watching this as we're talking. But awards for days she's got. And it just absolutely incredible. Yeah, super nice lady too.
Yeah, she was wonderful. And I got a good suit out of it. This is, again, a staple. Just meat and you grill it. It's just Korean barbecue. We had a great time. Just eating, getting fat, feeling good. And then we're just on our way to the next little adventure.
That's just something that was really interesting as a first-time American to Korea. I expected not to be able to read anything, understand anything, but you can literally see right there a lot of the signs on the freeway. Most of them, if not all of them, had the Korean language as well as American. So like U.S. English, yeah. It was great though. I was like, oh, I wouldn't know that I know where we're going, but yet I do.
Guys, this I think was one of our favorite places. We got some awesome pictures here at Pins.
Pins. Peace in nature.
Again, going back to what we talked about, like kind of bakeries, cafes, coffee shops are like a huge thing in Korea. This place was absolutely stunning and has some really fun stuff that we're about to show you guys.
Gotta love all the plants. It was just very fresh, very vibey. Very cool in there. Ooh. The close-up on the pastries and the croissants. Oh. Didn't, but could have ordered one.
Spoiler alert, that's what we got.
Could have got one of everything, though. They were so tasty looking. The s'mores. You know what? I was surprised when we were there. I thought for sure you were going to get one of those Korean hot dog things.
Yeah, because that was a block bun Korean hot dog right there. If you saw that,
they had so many options. Even watching this back, I'm like, wow. I thought for sure you were going to do that one.
Yeah, and I think something that stands out, not just honestly all the food and all this stuff in the cafes and the desserts and stuff tastes great, but aesthetically, like they're on point. Yeah. Guys, like the Koreans absolutely crush aesthetics with food. I don't know if you noticed the English breakfast place that we went to, like the food's presented well always. So presentation is definitely a part of the eating experience.
Lacey's super excited about this croissant. There's got to be a joke somewhere that's like, 2 tourists walk into a cafe. That joke ends with a croissant. That's all I know.
That's fair.
This was just a cute little, I think, like photo op area, which clearly I took advantage of.
Boom, there she is.
The flowers were fresh. It smelled so good in there. It's just beautiful. Reminded me of my mom.
So I was hanging out, enjoying the beautiful weather outside of the hot Phoenix.
Yeah, we sported this cool little seating area. It was actually cool. A lot of the other tables were just very standard, and this was like a full-on seating area. It was great. What did you get? Do you remember what it was called? That was not a boomerang.
I don't know. No, just some like caramel coffee. It was money though. Again, all the coffee I had there, it's great. But guys, you can see this is kind of on the top of a mountain. And then you can kind of start to get hints of the pink grass, which we're going to walk through here in just a few minutes.
It's called pink mole grass, and then this beautiful feathery white stuff is pampas grass, which we have back in the States here. Super soft, super luscious, and definitely was the most beautiful canvas for any kind of photos. There were a lot of influencer people out there taking pictures, which was funny.
Oh, look at that. Not Korean. That isn't Korean. But guys, the pink grass was super, super cool. And if you follow us on our social medias, we have pictures that will be posted on there. Where you can kind of see the pictures that we took there, which is super cool. So something super fun is as we were leaving the airport and we had just gotten to Korea, Lacey was asking if we were in Seoul because, again, we're passing these massive buildings. Most buildings, I would say, are 30 plus stories. And so she's like, oh, is this, Seoul? And I was like, no, this is like the country out here. We're going to this restaurant. This is actually a duck harbi place, which is like chicken, kimchi, and cheese.
Yeah, DAK, not duck. We talked about this for a few days, and I was like, oh, we're going to eat duck. And they're like, oh, no, sorry, that's just the pronunciation. It's not actually duck.
Yeah, so that's, again,
so
it's
good.
Noodles, chicken, cheese. It was delicious. It was just kind of a fun little store that's in the mall.
We stopped in here to look for gifts for the nephews and nieces. It was great.
I don't feel like this one's fighting any stereotypes.
You would. This was super cool. This really cool elevator. You just see this whole part of the city. It was just really fun.
But guys, this isn't unique. This is kind of everywhere you go. There's just light up. It's moving.
The neons. Oh yeah.
Yep. Neon lights on every store and every building.
Mm-hmm. It makes it feel very fancy though.
It does.
I enjoyed that. Yeah.
It's kind of Vegas-esque.
Yeah.
I know that sounds silly. If you've been to Vegas and you're walking around, it's very similar to that.
I think it's a fun atmosphere, kind of everywhere you go.
As we're driving, there's all these cool tunnels that you go. There's wild tunnels. We didn't get any great footage of when we go riding later of cool tunnels, but there's some really fun tunnels that we went through.
This was awesome. This was something out of all the things that Bubba asked, what's on your bucket list to see out there? Which I literally had to Google what to do in Korea. Starfield, I thought was Starfield Library. Apparently, Starfield is really what they call their malls out there. Maybe not all of them, but a number of them. There's like Starfields kind of all over the place, but this is Starfield Library, and it was really, really fun.
It was definitely super fun.
Tried to find a Harley-Davidson book or motorcycle book of any kind. Not to be found.
Okay, I do have a funny story about, again, Bubba speaking Korean out there and asking if they had a Harley-Davidson book.
I know, right?
And also, this is my boy rocking the Easy Rider sticker on her scooter. Anyway, so I asked if they had any books on Harley-Davidson, and the girl looked at me and she goes, "We don't sell motorcycles," and it was clearly a bookstore.
It was clearly a bookstore.
So I was like, I know, I was asking about a book, and so it was pretty funny.
Little language barrier.
Yeah,
Bubba tried.
Yeah, but guys, all right. Hey, so this is a temple literally in the heart of Seoul, or a palace, excuse me.
We can put the details on what it was. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
I cannot pronounce it well enough.
We'll put the details in there, but amazing.
This is me welcoming you to my crib.
I believe this is the one that's been there since the 1400s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I think 1300s.
Or 1300s? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is wild to me because I don't think we have a single, I don't say statue or any sort of architecture that's existed that long because the people who lived here weren't building things like this. So.
No, but guys, it was so massive. Obviously, like we're showing clips of it. The palace goes on. It's on and on, and you walk through like multiple walls, and there's multiple structures like this. This is kind of actually like the main palace. Obviously, you can see the chair right there. But a lot of these buildings and stuff, and like you're watching 3 or 4 buildings just like the one you saw. Were all like living quarters for the queen, and so there's a lot of fun stuff in this area.
The court or whatever they would have even been referred to as,
Yeah.
The property was massive, though. I mean, we easily walked through here for a few hours.
Yeah, it's also super fun if you notice a lot of people wearing the traditional clothes, which is called hanbok.
Super fun.
Yeah, a lot of people
do that. Yeah, but a lot of places will let you have free entry if you do dress up, which we looked into, but didn't have time. So
cultural appropriation and all that.
Anyways, I think it would have been fun. But it was very cool to see a lot of the people out there doing that. Yeah. Fun little photo ops, some of the open spaces that you could look into, and a lot of them were closed off, which is completely fine. But There you go. Influencers.
Oh yeah.
More influencers.
Well, and I think too, like if you just caught that, like you have palace in the heart of Seoul,
Yeah.
and then you have again these massive buildings surrounding you, but that palace feels like you literally stepped back
Mhm.
1,000 years ago. So it's super fun to see that contrast.
Yeah.
And then get right back into the city. But again, it's hard to fully appreciate that, guys. The height of these buildings and kind of this closed inness just goes on and on and on.
It's actually funny because this is a 0.5 zoom, so it doesn't make it look that tall, but these are massive.
Here's one of those cool tunnels I was talking about.
Yes. I actually think I asked you to get this video because I don't know if you see it, but there's these fun little like signs off to the right, maybe the left on this one. I think it is off to the right, but yeah, there they are. Yeah.
Little
They're
rainbow signs.
Just little rainbow signs. Like they're just like, hey, drive safe, like have fun. Don't use your horn. But I'm like, I would love to drive through Phoenix and have fun little neon signs. My ADD probably could never, but it'd be entertaining.
Because this is a fun little place to stay in Seoul. I'm going to just specifically, you're going to see some people in uniform. This is for veterans only. So active military or veterans can stay at this place. But it was wonderful. They have a beautiful courtyard. It's pretty central in Seoul. So you really, from this location, you can walk or subway or bus anywhere you would want to in Seoul. So if you are looking at going there, it's like the Elkhorn Lodge. Elkhorn Lodge. Stay there.
It's a video. I don't even know if it. It was great though.
Yeah.
Great rooms, great accommodations. They did have some restaurants and stuff. We didn't eat there, but had good reviews and stuff online. So
yeah, and guys, this is us jumping out into a night market.
Mm-hmm. This was another like bucket list thing. I was like, we've got to hit up a night market in Seoul. Super fun though. I think I didn't anticipate it, but like all these little side shops on the right side and the left side, everything was open. So you could walk up and down these streets, these little, like, I want to call it an alleyway. The food. Yeah. But you could literally walk up and down and eat all kinds of food, pop into stores, all the different skincare places. This was super fun.
We had to get some pictures, photo booth pictures.
Yeah. This was actually a whole store, a storefront, like you walked like a pop-up kind of thing. You walk in, they had all these cute little booths and of course like the fun headgear and eyeglasses and stuff like that. But you literally walk in, it was what, like $12 or something? Yeah. It's great.
This is trying fried crabs. This is actually in the market, so you can see kind of how busy it actually is. But there's just constant steps of food.
I love all their faces. Everyone's like, I kind of hate it.
We all tried to be cool about it, but it kind of sucked.
It was way too big of a bucket.
Yeah.
Even for 4 of us. I said I might eat 2 or 3. We threw half that bucket away. I felt a little bad.
Dude, thingy.
Ow.
Oh, is it good?
Hello. I love it. My favorite. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
What is it? It's like actually it's on the bay or it starts on the bay.
Honestly, just driving through the city though was just so cool. I think again, architecturally, super beautiful buildings. Bubba and I are in love with all the brick and all that. Just very cool.
I will say this: OSHA doesn't exist, so you get to see some really fun, creative ways of doing some construction, which was making us all laugh. Guys, this is actually a hike we did in Seoul. We had a blast doing this. I was able to bust out the drone and get some footage.
This was beautiful, though.
Yeah, it was
challenging, I think, when we realized going into it, but it was stunning.
I will say this. As we hiked and we went through these beautiful mountains on this beautiful trail, we were getting passed by people well into, I'm going to say 60 plus.
Nah, I'd give it 80 plus.
80 plus.
We had some, been a grandma who was like 110.
we had some elderly people.
She was not even huffing and puffing.
We had men wearing full suits. We had people wearing no shoes. Yeah. I'm not like a bad hiker.
Yeah, and we don't like avidly hike.
These people were schooling us and they were crushing it. And I will say this about Koreans in general.
Not even breaking a sweat.
They can hike.
Yeah.
Because it was a no joke hike, but super cool to be on this mountain range. And then you literally can just look around and
Point it out. Do you remember when we were talking, that's this, that's...
I couldn't tell you right now. When we were up there, you could see a little bit clearly. Obviously, like, we do the best we can with the equipment we have. But guys, the city, even past all the mountains you see, you can see buildings. And so they're just literally littered throughout the whole valley. But again, this hike we were there at a perfect time, so it's the fall, so you obviously can see the change in leaf color,
which was beautiful.
There's these massive rocks, so like it was a super fun place to hike and to see the city and kind of just see everything all and how actually small it really is.
Small and yet so vast. Honestly,
yes.
I think I was so madly impressed at the preservation of the land. It's so beautiful, but pockets between all these beautiful skyscraper buildings, whether they're apartments or otherwise, like there's trees everywhere. And I think that that's something that many, many places here in the US just don't, like, maybe take for granted or just don't take a lot of care to preserve. And out there, it's just nestled in right in between everything. And I think that really does, it makes everything beautiful. The drives are beautiful. The landscape is beautiful. Also, again, like Bubba said, we were there in the fall and the leaves change. We don't get that here in Phoenix, so.
Yeah. And I will say this, guys, if you don't know, there's 30 million people who live in Seoul. It's a massive city.
Comparatively, is size-wise to what would you say here in the States?
It's like 3 times the size of New York City.
Okay.
so like very, very different. Guys, at the end of the hike though, let's jump back into this. This is actually a temple. It's an active temple. So as we were walking around, we were trying to show some reverence because people were actively praying and just showing their respect. So we wanted to walk around and show you some of the beautiful art and these buildings that they have up, but it is an active temple. So what a beautiful scene and what a beautiful area to have that amongst this great hike. So a lot of people will do the hike and then spend some time at the temple. My favorite meal in Korea. We had samgyeopsal, which is like pork belly, some kimchi, and then kimchi jjigae, which is like kimchi soup, which is that right there. This is like very traditional Korean food, and I loved it. So this is probably, if I had to say my favorite meal, this is probably it, just because
I think this is your favorite Korean meal.
it's just what I miss.
Yeah. I told Bubba I promised that I'm going to learn how to prepare that. Most of that's relatively easy because you've got a hot pot, you can cook it. But
Guys, that's good though. Great meal. Next day we were able to get up and we were able to ride. We took, again, this beautiful ride through the city. I will say this about riding.
What are you riding, Buff? You gotta tell us what you're riding.
GS 850. So BMW. Our family out there has a couple bikes, and so we were able to jump on those. It was super fun to ride in Korea because there is no rules. You literally throw your hazards on, and
play with the hazards on. The hazards are like, oops, sorry, I cut you off.
yeah, hazards in Korea are like, thank you,
Oopsies.
and good luck everybody else. So we had a good time, but
This
guys,
was the most fun thing I learned.
it was a beautiful ride. All right, little plug for Cafe Funky before I pause for a second. Cafe Funky's beautiful cafe.
Yeah.
It's a moto cafe set in the mountains, so we got to ride through, again, changing leaf colors. Actually, very, very clear roads once we got out of the main city, and just got to enjoy like a beautiful, wonderful ride up to this cafe. So super cool scene, super cool place to go. If you are going to ride in Seoul, Cafe Funky is an absolute must stop.
I'm super glad that we stopped there. Everything about it, like, it's a very cultural spot. They've got all kinds of just memorabilia. I couldn't even tell you specifically. I don't know if it's war memorabilia. I don't know if it's captains, general. Like, I don't know any of the terminology, but beautiful jackets and art and all kinds of just like trinkety things they have displayed there. It was just really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. And the coffee was good too.
Yeah, it was.
Nice and toasty warm after a cold. Can't be mad.
All right, guys. So with that, enjoy this ride, and then we'll catch up with you and kind of tell you how we finished our time in Korea. All right, so here we are pulling into Cafe Funky.
Checking it out, catching the vibe, seeing what everybody's got parked outside, which was actually really fun. I feel like we saw a multitude of bikes out there. We saw a few Harleys just driving around.
Yeah, I would say honestly, mostly adventure bikes. That was kind of the one that I saw the most. If you look up to
That or street bikes for sure. In the city, I would say, yeah.
And you're looking at smaller street bikes. Again, I would say the average speed there is like 80 to 100 kilometers on the freeway, kilometers an hour, which really isn't that fast. So you don't need as big a bike. You're not going as far. So it's about having, a little bit of torque, scooting around, having a good time. But again, this is Cafe Funky. They did have 2 Harleys. They had a Sportster and a Road King right when you walked in. It's rocking, that Road King's rocking like 20-inch Carlinis, which is pretty dope. So it looked pretty good. But guys, love the vibe of the store. We came in.
I want this store to be the vibe of my house.
Yeah, I really do. I loved it.
Take notes. Look, they got plants. They got all kinds of fun stuff. There was supposed to be a bird in that cage. I was promised a bird that talked. She was not there. It's okay. Just kicking back.
But yeah, guys, we had again a blast riding there and a blast riding back from there. But it was a great way to sit there and ride in Korea and get that experience. That for me was a personal bucket list of mine that like when I lived there before, I knew I wanted to go back and ride there. 1, because I knew it was going to challenge me. But 2, I love the country. I loved kind of the opportunity there.
All right, so getting into this aqua field, which is Bubba's only bucket list item for going to Korea, the bathhouse. This was my first experience in anything like this. And yes, you are fully naked the whole time. But we did get to link up. Me and our friend got to link up because we were on the girly side, but we linked up with Bubba and got to do the sauna rooms. This was called the Cloud Room. Every room is a different experience. And this was just really special to like get to sit and hang out together and enjoy the sights and the smells and the sounds. It was very cool. 10 out of 10 would do it a million times. I wish we could do that weekly.
Guys, and that was kind of how we finished up our last day. And then we literally had to hit the road and get ready to come home. So guys,
ready to come.
No, it was miserable to come back.
No.
But guys, we hope you enjoyed that. I know that we kind of talked through it. It's a little different video for us, but we had a great time in Korea. If you enjoyed that, you want to continue to see us travel, please like, subscribe, comment. If you guys have any questions, if you're looking at going to Korea, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah. Bubs has got all kinds of information he can share with you. All I've got is cool places to go, things to eat, and things to do.
Guys, and with that, we will see you next week. We have some fun stuff again coming up. And
really cool stuff coming up. I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about it yet, but it's going to be very exciting.
But we're going to keep pushing stuff. So again, stay with us, enjoy our adventures, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.